Hello and welcome to Virtual Investor Conferences. On behalf of OTC Markets, we're very pleased you joined us for our two-day Metals and Mining Conference. Our next live presentation is from Element79 Gold. Please note you can submit questions for the presenters in the box to the left of the slides. You can also view a company's availability for one-on-one meetings by clicking Book a Meeting in the top toolbar. At this point, I'm very pleased to welcome James Twort. He is the Chief Executive Officer, and Michael Smith, Vice President of Corporate Development of Element79 Gold, which trades on the OTCQB venture market under the symbol ELMGF and on the CSE under the symbol ELEM. Welcome, James and Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, everybody, thank you very much for signing in and coming to listen to the renewed presentation for Element79. We have been refocusing the company. We do have a balanced portfolio of projects between Nevada and Peru. And given the slowdown on the process in Peru, we are now refocusing the company's efforts and energies in the near term on Nevada. I will caution you that we will be making forward-looking statements. A lot of the comments that will be made here do involve of what we have and what we intend to be doing both in the near, immediate, as well as mid-term. So kindly do read the disclosure. If you'd like a copy of this presentation, it will be uploaded to our website after we are complete today. So Element79, again, we've been around listed since 2001. 2021. And we've been building a portfolio of projects. We originally had one, we grew to 20, and we've been paring it down through adding value and building out some of the projects, selling some for profit. And right now, the main focus of the company is to build out our projects, develop them further in Battle Mountain, Nevada. When we say we're starting with a de-risked project portfolio, these projects that we're focused on today, as well as we'll be acquiring in the near future, are focused on basically projects that either have passed drilling and we can revisit in terms of almost near immediate exploration opportunities, in addition to the new acquisition that we're making with Gold Mountain is drill ready. In terms of what we can expect to be coming down the pike in the near future, that's what we're going to be talking about today. Sorry, there's a bit of a lag when it comes to the slides shifting here. Our near-term catalysts inside the company involve for both the existing Elephant portfolio or the Elephant project, as well as the Gold Mountain project. Both will have updated technical disclosures, so 43-101 reports for property of merit, and that will include refined resource modeling. We do intend to be working on both of the projects in terms of drilling and exploration programs virtually immediately here this late summer to fall, as well as into next year. We do have new teammates as early as just this last Monday, or this week's Monday. Mike, who is here on this call, joined the team, and we will have some new teammates coming on as well to reinforce the strategic focus and refocus of the company in Nevada. We're also, as we've been quite quiet for several months, really the last 6 to 8 months, in terms of marketing, we're definitely ramping up strategic communications with our existing investors as well as the investment community as a whole, part of which is that we had just obtained the OTCQB listing, and hence we're here on this conference. But definitely, America First projects, focusing a lot more of our efforts inside of America for the short run. With that in mind, I want to bring directly to your attention that both Gold Mountain and Elephant are both located in Battle Mountain. The Battle Mountain trend, depending on what statistics you review, for Gold Mountain and silver has been prolific over the years in terms of producing. The statistic that I most recently read was up to 70% of the gold and silver produced in the U.S. comes from this general region. When you look at that, I know every presentation includes closeology. The question is how close. And does the trend continue on, or are there new trends to look at, or what types of mineralization and how much is in your own project? Elephant we had retained as part of our overall portfolio because we saw it as a good jogging start. It had 40 drill holes in terms of past work done by previous owners, and we will be revisiting those cores. That's something we learned from one of our previous portfolio sales when we sold Maverick Springs in Nevada. And just by going back and revisiting the old cores with new technologies, you can uncover both, potentially some refined or increased mineralization estimates, number one, of what had already been proven in terms of copper, gold, or silver, in addition to looking at it from pulling samples and revisiting with labs in terms of being able to see other minerals that may have been ignored in previous testing. That will help refine our geological model and then get us down to, ideally, a drilling program, possibly into the new year at Elephant. In addition to that, we are about to acquire, possibly as early as Friday, depending how fast lawyers work, that we're looking to acquire Gold Mountain. And Gold Mountain already has the NOI in place, so they actually have done the hard yards of working with the counties to obtain, and the BLM to obtain a drilling permit on this project. Past mineralization is shallow, it's high grade. Definitely interested in being able to prove this up ASAP. So post-acquisition, number one, we will complete the 43-101, and that will be a property of merit report. It will not have any resource allotted to it right away, but that is where the drilling program comes in, where we intend to start proving up some kind of formal resource on that project. Three things that we get asked most often as we speak to everything from the investment community at large to investment bankers, private investors, et cetera, is it's great to know you have a plan, but who's running the company? We've got a team that's got a both mining focus as well as diverse global experience in the mining space. I myself come from a project financing background. I started in commercial banking, basically as a self-made co-op through university, and worked my way through project financing. Being that I'm based in Calgary, just about everything we touch is natural resource focused, including oil and gas, mining, and anything else on top of the land like farming and or infrastructure, transport, et cetera. I've built companies effectively my entire career since 2005, and I do focus on helping companies get from 0 to 2. And obviously, we've had some great successes here at Element79 in terms of past portfolio management and being able to develop projects for profit. Our CFO is basically not just a internal controls focused, but also very experienced in terms of mining, both in pre-production and production. So going from exploration through to production. Our COO, Kim Kirkland, actually lives in Lamoille County. So that's adjacent to Elko, which is within an hour and a half drive of these projects, and knows Nevada like the back of his hand. He started working at the Barrick Gold Strike mine and then went international. So it's a good blend of both Nevada focus as well as being able to help us while we're down in Peru. He had spent 23 years in Peru working for some of the global majors at global scale projects. So as things continue to rekindle in Peru, we're excited to harness his experiences. Mike, at this point, if you'd like to step in, I'd like you to, now that you're new to the team and just joined, kind of do a bit of an introduction about yourself.
I'm really enjoying your explanation and presentation here, James. Thank you for bringing me in, and thank you for welcoming me so warmly. My name is Michael Smith. I have a background in the capital markets and public markets for about a little more than 15 years now. I've had a few successful exits. I've had a few successful financings, raised a lot of money for companies, worked on the both public and private side, developing, basically just taking from idea stage to profitability or exit. The majority of my background also lies in heavy excavation, site planning. I'm a boots on the ground type person. I'm really looking forward to working with Kim and getting down to the mines and really getting down to hopefully a drill program and Yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm excited to be a part of the team.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Thank you.
The rest of our board, I'm one of the directors, as well as Neil Pettigrew, Zara Kanji, and Warren Levy. Neil serves as our QP today. Kim Kirkland is also a QP, as well as, Neil brings a wealth of North American and European geological knowledge to the table. Zara runs her own group of, we'll say, fractional use CFOs and project controls from inside for small pubcos, which is great hand to help guide from the internal controls and compliance side. And Warren brings definitely some big picture international experience. I would say he would love me telling the world he's a makeshift lawyer, but definitely an engineer that's been around the block in terms of some major multi-billion-dollar exits and understanding negotiating processes, and helping guide us as a team as we go through the ups and downs of building out a project expansion and contraction through the buying and selling of what we've been doing over the last several years and where we're going inside the company. Quick snapshot, one of the most common questions we get in terms of where we're at today. What does the corporate structure look like? About 46% of the company is directly owned between founders, institutional and strategic investors that have always been around the company since day one. Management and board own about approximately 16% of the company today. There's other pubcos that we've been working with that have approximately 3% of the cap table, and the current cap table is about 51% in the retail world. So a pretty good blend of liquidity in terms of the retail side, as well as the long-term holders that definitely believe in seeing where this company goes. So when we talk about concentrated, it's about 50% of the cap table in terms of ownership, wanting to see it grow and go, as well as with the recent unlocking of some shares that we've had from a sale on the Maverick Springs property sale. We've been aggressively working at cleaning up the balance sheet and keeping a low burn rate inside the company as we shift gears to ramping up here in Nevada. There will be equity raises planned for into the fall and late summer to fall. So keep your eyes on that in terms of some private placements. We do have to, obviously, September 1st is a hard line in Nevada when it comes to paying your project fees, which we have cash on hand to pay for right now to retain all the claims that we have. In addition to all the what we've talked about for the 43-101 reporting and the other project work that we intend to be doing this year. We do have that on hand, but the capital raises will definitely help along with drilling. I'm going to quickly run through the three projects in rapid fashion here. Sorry, there seems to be a delay on the slide refreshing. And I'm going to quickly look at Elephant. This project was named by its previous owners. It is north of the Phoenix camp, and it is, I believe it's east of the Phoenix camp, and it's north of the Copper King and Copper Queen camps. So in terms of existing production or past production, it's definitely an elephant country, hence the name of the pitch deck today. Again, like I've described before, there are 40 historical drill holes. So it's a good jogging start in terms of understanding some of the mineralization and where we're going to be going in terms of future geophysical, in terms of future possible trenching, and trying to definitely revisit those cores to increase our understanding of what is there for total mineralization based on modern standards, and get down to drilling in the near future. So that's what we have on the go at Elephant in the Battle Mountain Trend. When we're speaking about our new acquisition, Gold Mountain, again, legal docs are floating back and forth, so we should be closing this possibly as early as Friday of this week in terms of the 100% acquisition. It is a relatively small and tight project with only 34 claims or 701 acres of total size, but it represents something very attractive in terms of being able to drill virtually immediately because the permits are in place. There's a great running start in terms of the prospector that we're purchasing it from, in terms of the work that he has done for drill site targeting and proving the mineralization. Some of the grades that he has pulled from past samples are up to 31.2 grams per ton gold. So obviously, there's some great smoke here. We're looking for some fire, and we have a drill plan in place. So the 43-101 for this project is already drafted. It's being finalized and should be out, I would imagine, late summer to early fall. We will have that obviously released to the world via news release in relative quick succession here as that's done. And along with that, they are definitely hammering out a strategy in terms of our COO, the prospector vendor, and the third-party geology team that's going to be doing the 43-101. They're hammering out drill programs and seeing whose theory and strategy about mineralization is going to prove best for that drilling program. Last but not least, we've talked enough about Nevada for the time being. I'm going to revisit our Lucero project. I'm sorry that again there's a lag on the slides. Lucero is a past-producing mine. It's in Arequipa, which is lovingly dubbed the Texas of Peru. It's very much a state that is open for business. There's a large tech project going on inside that, a multi-billion-dollar tech project going on inside that state, which you can't get to Chachas, the town around Lucero, without going past their project. It's called Zafranal. This project is very appealing in a lot of different ways. Number one, it has both geological upside in terms of being able to drill, not just the existing veins. There's 74 of those that are identified in the 43-101 report, and they're all at surface. Only 7 of those veins have ever been opened and worked, meaning that less than 10% of the project is, just based on the veins, 10% of those have been ever opened and worked, where they've been opened since the 1950s. Commercial production occurred from 1989 to 2005 from those veins, and significant in terms of what they've been able to yield. The average production in the past that was reported by the former owner was between 19 grams per ton gold and up to 300 grams per ton silver. So multi-ounce gold, half-ounce gold in commercial production. And then, 10 ounces per ton silver. That's significant in terms of what these veins have yielded, are likely yielding to the artisanal miners in town today. And, it's a significant upside. So the veins is one part. The second part is that there is upside drilling. There are porphyries to be worked on this project, starting with high sulfidation targets, which likely lead to those. And then lastly, there are tailings at this project as well. So the past production did create 1.3 billion tons of tailings, approximately 50,000 ounces of recoverable gold and silver in those tailings sitting there today. So it's a multi-opportunity project to work with. The biggest opportunity, also the biggest obstacle, is working with the community. And at this point, we have declared force majeure in terms of been stalled for more than 2 years on this project, and not being able to obtain from the community surface rights access. That's something that we see as relatively partially cyclical at the local level, and then also something that's very heavily driven by federal policy that's currently coming into place by December 31st of this year, where the forced formalization, which has been something the federal government's been working on for 3 years, will come into place, requiring anyone who is a informal miner to have to formalize with their mineral right holders, us, in the immediate term. Otherwise, they'll be dubbed a informal and illegal miner, and therefore are subject to a whole lot of not good things. That's the most polite way I can say it. And then along with that obviously is a major push from a federal level to have people formalize, or artisanal miners formalize with the company. So through that, we do anticipate a better outcome, more like middle of next year. There's a rainy season that happens between December to April. And in that, That's a natural stall in any kind of activity at this project. But the bigger opportunity here keeps us driving forward, and we are continuing with local engagement on a monthly basis. There's another meeting here coming up, I believe it's a Sunday, where we'll have further updates in terms of where things are going with the community. But given the current track records and the current negotiations and work in town, we do anticipate that not much more will happen here in Peru before the end of this year. And when that federal policy changes, we do see that as a major milestone and catalyst to move things forward for next year. So post-rainy season next year, we do expect to see some more activity come out of this project. So with that in mind, we are, number one, ongoing, continuing with the community engagement in Peru, in Chachas and the community directly. We would love to explore both the tailings and move that project forward first to start building a plant in town, which creates jobs for the local community, as well as creates some level of revenue, just reworking what's existing there. And then lastly, the main focus between now and seeing something happen in town is working with Condo Resources, the contractual counterparty, the vendor that we've been buying into this project from, over the coming months to rework existing contract terms to make them more palatable for all parties involved, given the force majeure situation. So with that in mind, I've done, in my own words, a thorough job of reviewing everything when it comes to both showing you the opportunities and the advantages of where we have existing portfolio in Nevada and where we will be seeing a mid to long-term development of the Peruvian project, Lucero. Thanks very much for your time. I do look forward to building with you in the future. I see there's a couple Q&A questions here. Mike, would you like to lead that portion of it?
Yeah, I mean, I think James, Mr. Alvarez asked a question just about the milestones over the next 18 months and will we need to raise capital? Yes, we need to raise capital. James did definitely speak to our milestones over the next 18 months with, a short-term acquiring Battle Mountain, moving forward with Peru, hopefully getting it in, hopefully getting it into some sort of production, from the previous mines. We do have that rather long rainy season, but that's pretty well, that's pretty well expected anywhere tropical and in general. So that's kind of where I can leave that. Mr. Jonathan's questions, they're a little harder for me to answer, but we could probably take his email address and maybe get him. I think those are probably more of a question for some of the geos, but we could definitely get those answered. I believe his email address was probably shown in the report after. Does that sound right to you, James?
Yeah, I can help. So one of Stuart's questions here, I can help quickly. I know we're on a bit of a time budget. I think we only have about another 6.5 minutes. But yes, Stuart. Okay, so your question was, please comment why you believe it's credible to believe the re-info process and deadline extension will lead to successful access to Lucero, given the persistent opposition by certain radical individuals within the Lomas Doradas group. Why should anyone expect this government program to roll out and change the status quo? I'm going to try and summarize that as quickly as possible. Number one, the federal government's been working at this formalization push for over 3 years. And yes, it's been a frustrating process to see the goalposts move every 6 months. But the current and new minister on the federal level, in terms of mines and energy, he has repeatedly come out saying that, here's the sequential ABC process and they're moving towards it, and reasserting that absolutely this change is happening. Number one. Now, if that is the case, number two, what that means inside the community is, or inside any artisanal mining community, that there will be greater pressure, number one, just to, I guess, quote unquote, do the right thing. And if they don't, there can be major consequences because they will now be lawbreakers. And there are certain cases where you see this all across the country where whether it's the Army or similar type groups like National Guard type groups inside the country that go up to the project, and they can block it off for everybody. They can go so far as to start arresting people or quite literally blowing up either existing workings, so collapsing tunnels, in addition to dismantling or destroying machinery. And if all of those are consequences, obviously that grinds everything to a halt. So the more that there's federal policy and pressure in place, you can see that there can be some more negative consequences for those that are not formalized. That's the quickest way I can summarize that answer. Another question from Stuart: considering the unexpected delays encountered at Lucero, any thoughts or discussion extending the expiration period for any issued warrants associated with earlier financings? There are a lot of discussions internally in terms of different ways to finance the company, and definitely whether expired or working on warrants that are expiring, number one, or we could look at extending them or possibly repricing them given the current stock value. Yes, those are definitely things that are on deck. Stuart, I believe we've been in contact in the past, so by all means, kindly reach out if you'd like to have a more thorough discussion. And is anyone within the company buying back shares? Given that we're closing, this is Matteo Andersani asking this question. Is anyone inside the company buying back shares? At this exact point, we're actually under a blackout period. So specifically right now, until after we close the Gold Mountain acquisition, we can't. Can't say that won't persist, but I will say that simply, at this simple point, until the Gold Mountain acquisition is closed, we can't buy back anything right now. With that in mind, 26.5 minutes. If there's anybody else that has any questions, Mike and I are both available. Our email addresses are here on the presentation. And by all means, this presentation will be uploaded later this afternoon to our corporate website if you would like to download it and review it. And by all means, I'm very happy to speak to any investors, current or past. My phone number is on virtually every news release, so by all means, reach out that way. Thank you very much for the opportunity to present Element79 as an investment opportunity for yourself. We look forward to the growth here together with you.
Thank you.